We're back with extra time on Attacking Third. Grab your popcorn because it's going to get good. Because it's a little bit of a belated birthday gift. And shout out to our one and only Jen BT. We wanted to make sure that we had a special guest interview come on here in light of all the games that we're talking about this week, and especially North Carolina Courage, who you can watch in action against Chicago Stars on Golasso Network and Paramount Plus. We're going to be joined by North Carolina Courage's midfielder Denise O'Sullivan.
Woo woo!
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, we should say, Denise. We like having you on A3, and we love and appreciate that you want to be on here with us
Of
anytime we
course.
this was a special request that we were trying to honor from Jen, because we have really enjoyed this sort of turnaround that the Courage kind of find themselves on at this point in the season. Bit of an undefeated streak going into week 9. Let's start there. Can you maybe chat with us a bit about your experiences with this team this season and getting to this point heading into week 9?
Yeah, it's been fun. It's obviously been a bit of a roller coaster, as you've seen, a bit of a rough start for us. But again, a lot of new pieces this year, a lot of young players, everyone trying to fit into their roles, get used to their roles. And yeah, the team has been working really hard. So it's really nice for me to see as captain that we've turned it around. And now we're on a undefeated streak. And yeah, I just hope we can keep that going. But I think with the attitude of these players, how they show up every day, they put in the work, I think we can definitely do that. So it's really exciting.
Denise, you mentioned being captain there and spoken a lot about younger players. How do you think you've developed as a leader? Because especially in these moments, that's so important. Everyone looks at the most experienced players, and you have so many caps for Ireland, and I've been at Courage for a while now. How do you think you've really developed in that leadership role?
Yeah, I think I've definitely gotten used to it. I think when I was asked to be captain by Sean and the staff, I was really, really happy and proud. And look, I take my job really serious, and I take the role of captaincy really serious, and I'm proud to be captain of this club. But at first it was difficult. I think I'm a quiet leader, but I think I lead by example, and that's important to me that I do that because we have such a young group. But I'm not a player that will scream and be loud. I'll show that in my actions, and I think I've come into the role more. I've gotten more used to it, and I think other players have helped me also. KK, Ryan, they're all leaders on this team, and I'm lucky that I have them around me. So definitely was tough to start out with. I wasn't used to it, but I've definitely grown into it. And this year even more, I think I'm after getting used to it more, yeah, for sure.
Sully, thinking of you, my rookie season, you came to the Courage, and I remember, y'all, she came into a training, turning on a dime, putting goals away, like through passes. Like, she's a brilliant player, and I've loved just watching you grow, especially now in this broadcast chair that I'm in. But you've had the best attitude ever since I met you, and I feel like it's been so infectious to the team, and that's why you're the captain. And earlier you mentioned the attitude of the team is what's driving this success right now. What is the attitude, especially coming off of the tie last weekend?
Yeah, I think it's just we want to grow and get better every single day, and it's been like that since I've been with the Courage. I think the mentality of the team is really, really strong, and coming into training every single day, we just want to learn, we want to grow, we want to get better as a team. And as I said, we have a lot of young players, so it's up to me and the other veterans to make their life easier here and make them comfortable. Because coming to the Courage, it's not easy. It's a really tough environment, as you know, Darian, to be part of. And every single day you're being challenged. So I think the attitude now is, yeah, we're undefeated, but with this league, it's tough to keep winning. It's tough to keep these teams out of the game. So we got to be focused going into the game again on Saturday and just keep this run going.
Denise, as someone who's been a longstanding player in this league and now with the Courage, I look back at last season and where the team is in this season, and how you're all riding this wave of momentum at the time heading into week 9. What are maybe some differences or some new lessons that the coaching staff has been presenting to the Courage, and some new things that you have learned along the way? Because even as you're a more experienced player, I always hear so often that it's important to never be too stagnant. So what are maybe some new things that you find yourself kind of just past the quarter mark having picked up along the way this season?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of challenges. I think changing the formation, I think, has been really important for us. I think it's getting players like Ryan Feely higher up the pitch, where they belong and where they can create goal scoring chances. I think that's been a big difference for us this year in doing that. And I think for me, it's just been consistent with my leadership. I think I have learned that no matter what challenges we're facing, I think this league is the best in the world. You're always going to go through tough times. So I think it's just being level-headed as a player and making sure I never change as a person and be consistent as I can for the team. So I think that's been very important throughout these past 6-7 weeks, however long it's been, to just keep positive and keep driving the team on.
I always find formation changes fascinating, right? Whether you're involved in it or seeing it from an outsider's perspective. Was that a gradual thing? Did it come from players, or was it up for discussion before it was actually implemented? And do you think it definitely benefits the roster where you're at right now, though, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it suits our players. And look, Sean is always studying the game and changing things up, and he's really fantastic at what he does. So we leave it to the staff. We don't have those discussions at all. We just come into the locker room and the formation's changed, and we just have to adapt to it as players. So the staff do a great job with that, but I also think they recognize that the players we have, I think they wanted to try and fit in all the players that we have to get them on the pitch. And with the roles of Ryan and Feely, getting them higher up the pitch, I think it's really helped, and they've noticed that. So yeah, it's been enjoyable. But look, it's a long season ahead, and we just got to keep grinding it out and keep going.
Sully, we were talking earlier on the show about the courage, and there was some changes from last year. Caroline's no longer with the team, and she put a lot of chances away from you guys. But it seems like in front of goal, you all share the workload of who's going to put a goal away. It's not just relied on. Is that the mindset, especially with this new formation and how you guys are playing?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's this team down to a T. I think we have really world-class players, but everyone shares the load all over the pitch. And I think that's how we get through games, because we are such a team. I think other players have some players, one player that will take the game away from them. We share the load in that. And as you can see, KK scored, Ryan scored, Feely scored. So they're defenders. So we definitely spread the load out. And obviously you don't want to be dependent on your defenders to score goals either. So yeah, it's a good thing, I think, that we have that, and each of us take responsibility to try and share that load for sure.
I love it. You heard it here first. Denise is going to get a cracker this weekend.
one cracker a year.
Stay tuned for sure. Denise, thank you so much for joining us and being with us on Attacking Third, helping us give this belated birthday gift to Jen Beattie.
Happy birthday, Jen.
Happy birthday. Thanks, mate. Thank you.